you have two parts. Number one is identity of persons.
Yeah.
So what do we say? Hey, there are two use cases of the person thing. If you say a CEO of a company does an opinion, publishes something on the website, then there's a marketing department, there's a legal department, and a CEO. They all have to timestamp it. So with multi-signature timestamps, you can kind of connect to the governance in an organization. So that's persons connected to it. And number two, you can have really the identity of content. What you see is if you can make kind of a SSI for content or a decentralized identifier for content, you can make content transferable. You can do licensing in the content. You can do the multi-signature. You can connect to the governance. So that's really interesting to, that's what we're discovering at the moment. So SSI for content. That's what you see on the screen as well. It's kind of the DID semicolon. Word proof, or it could be content. We're defining it at the moment. It's not there yet. It will be a chain agnostic standard.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot going on in the DID world. So
that is truly a new way of thinking.
It's a new way of thinking.
And this is relating to the types of identity. We're not talking about a person anymore. It's I would say an object identity where the content is an object in itself. Then. Right.
Then and maybe making the bridge to fake news. Because what happens on Twitter 2 weeks ago, they shut off one site and they say, hey, it's not allowed, we delete it from our platform. That's censorship. And in my opinion, fake news may always be there, because fake news, sometimes it's trolling is bad, but there must be a place for trolling. But in many cases, fake news is an opinion of a person or opinion of a group of persons. With the tier levels, you can say, hey, I take no accountability until I take full accountability. What you should do, every fake news or every opinion may be there, but really the problem is when something goes from an opinion to mainstream. So what we should avoid at all time is just opinions going mainstream. And then you can say, hey, tier level 1, 2, 3 on social media, or tier level 1 and 2, it's only for your friends. Tier level 3, 4, it's friends of friends. And from tier level 5, it can go mainstream.
So you can post it on any public website if you want to.
It can spread. The algorithm is allowed to bring it to more people than just your friends when it's tier level 3 or 4. And still you can say, hey, that person, I really don't like him. So filter that one out for me. But even that could be totally in an open source and transparent manner. And you can say, for
by
example,
filtering other persons, that's always
it's on a personal base. The algorithm shouldn't decide, but it should be able to do that yourself. For example, my grandma, she's dementia. So, for example, but she knows how internet banking works. So what you can say is, hey, only tier level 4 or above our website she can visit. So in that way, timestamps can fix, in a way, the broken web. We can make it a trustworthy place for her as well. Without keeping her out.
Which of course is also a problem with people, especially the elderly. They might think that everything that is online that they see might be trustworthy. They might not know the difference between a website that is entirely fake news, or even satire. They might see the Onion and think that it's all true.
Happens all the time.
That of course, like with election meddling and things like that, these people are sensitive to being manipulated by fake news, and they're a large voter base, so I think that definitely have a huge impact.